Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've had this one for a bit. I didn't want to rush and make a video, but I also don't really need 20 minutes to cover it, so here's a quick take that took a while to get to. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this great discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Alright, enough talk, let's get right into it.
Let's begin by examining the insights provided by our first reviewer.
This reviewer, an experienced network technician, is thoroughly impressed with this mesh Wi-Fi system. Our client was looking for a solution for two separate homes, both of which are constructed with concrete walls, floors, and ceilings, making whole house wireless coverage a significant challenge. One home was a long, narrow building of about 3,000 square feet where the internet connection was at one extreme end, leaving the other side with an unreliable signal. The other was a three-story house that had always suffered from spotty coverage on the first floor and inconsistent video streaming on the second, despite using a traditional router and repeater setup. The setup process for this mesh system was refreshingly simple. After plugging in the primary unit, it was up and running in under a minute. What truly stood out was that the additional nodes were pre-linked from the factory. All our reviewer had to do was place them in suitable locations and plug them in, a far more streamlined process than with other mesh systems they've worked with. This simplicity is a major plus, though one could easily miss the instruction and mistakenly try to add the nodes manually through the app. In terms of performance, the results were fantastic. In both homes, the system completely eliminated dead zones, providing a full, strong signal in every corner. Speeds were consistent throughout each property, maxing out what their respective internet plans could provide and finally enabling stable video streaming and reliable connectivity. The companion app is clean and simple, giving easy access to basic settings. While it may lack the deep, web-based controls that a power user might want, it's perfect for its intended audience. This client also had a positive pre-purchase interaction with technical support, getting knowledgeable answers from an engineer. Overall, it's an amazing value and a great, low-cost mesh solution that delivers on its promise of easy eye.
To get things started, let's hear from our first reviewer.
This reviewer strongly recommends this mesh Wi-Fi system for anyone tired of juggling multiple routers, extenders, and different network names. They were looking for a true mesh solution, not just a glorified extender, and found this product to be an elegant and effective answer to their connectivity woes. Initially, our reviewer's experience was frustrating enough to warrant a 1-star rating. The setup failed when they tried to connect the main node directly to their cable modem, an issue they suspect might be common with their internet service provider. However, this is where the company's support team really shined. This client found the support staff to be superb, patient, and efficient. They quickly diagnosed the problem and provided a simple solution. Plug the new mesh system's main unit into their old, existing router instead of the modem. Once they did that, the entire 3-node network was up and running in about 10 minutes. Our reviewer's only real critique here was that this alternative setup method wasn't mentioned in the Quick Start guide, which could have saved them the initial headache. The system itself consists of 3 nodes, providing excellent coverage throughout the house. It broadcasts on both 2, 4 and 5 GHz bands simultaneously, and our reviewer notes that it supports modern standards for fast and seamless roaming between nodes as you move around. While the instructions suggest keeping the units relatively close, they successfully placed 2 nodes much farther apart than recommended with no issues. The whole thing is conveniently set up using a mobile app, and pleasingly, it doesn't require creating a cloud account. A minor drawback is the limited number of physical ports. The main node only has 1 extra LAN port available. For those needing more wired connections, the solution is to add a separate network switch. Despite the initial setup hiccup, the reviewer's experience with the support team turned EV.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer wanted to share their early impressions of this mesh Wi-Fi system after setting it up in their home. The packaging was nice, apparently, and the printed instructions were serviceable. One thing they noted was that the instructions specifically told them to download the correct app from the App Store, which was helpful since there might have been some confusion on that point otherwise. The initial setup after a modem reboot was straightforward, letting them quickly log in using the credentials on the box and then customize the network name and password. Adding the extra nodes to the mesh network was a tad confusing at first. The add node feature seemed to give an error, but it turned out the nodes were already paired from the factory, which makes sense. Basically, they just plugged them in and they connected automatically. Our client lives in an older home with thick plaster walls, making it difficult for Wi-Fi signals to travel easily. They placed the main unit at one end of the house, with the other 2 nodes spaced out to cover the whole area. Happily, all units showed a strong connection signal. The main unit is wired to a switch for their computers and other devices, and they're also using the Ethernet ports on one of the remote nodes for streaming devices. As for performance, the mesh network seamlessly hands off devices as you move around the house. This reviewer is on a service that offers up to 100 Mbps download speeds, and they were seeing even better speeds hardwired. Over Wi-Fi, speeds were consistently good throughout the house, even at the farthest point from the main unit. While it's not the absolute fastest, it's more than adequate for streaming video and other everyday tasks. For this person, mesh networking is the way to go, and this Wi-Fi system is providing solid, reliable internet access to their home without interfering with their other devices.
That's it for this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.